Okay.
Indeed. So, what is stimming?
Stimming, involuntary movements, I would say.
Involuntary movements.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's involuntary movements, because it's, I think, a controlled movement. Now, the actual movements they do may not be their particular choice. It might just be what they need to do. So, on the question on this, it's a self-stimulating behaviour, and the reasons to doing that is it's normally to sort of show they're a little bit distressed, and they're trying to self-regulate themselves and bring them back down to a level of calmness. And
so yeah, I do stim. I do this.
Yeah.
And it's always with the right hand. Yeah, it's always with the right hand, and it's all.
You do another really amazing form of stimming. I don't know if you've realised it's stimming, but pacing is a form of stimming.
Oh man, pacing, honestly. It drives me crazy. It absolutely drives. And do you know what? I'll walk up and down, I'll be up and down. If I'm on the phone, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Up and down the garden, round the garden, upstairs, downstairs, in all the bedrooms, out of the bedrooms. On the phone, it's just crazy. And my son does the same.
Yeah.
And my son Isaac does the same. We got, oh man, this is so, it's so like, you know what I'm going to talk about, don't you? The island in the kitchen, okay, in the middle of the kitchen. So him and his stepmother have a good relationship, and he likes to tell her stuff. And he'll follow her to tell her, which will make her walk faster. And he'll walk faster, and the two of them are just going around this island. But yeah, I just get. The problem is with that stimming, the walking and the pacing. Honestly, at night my legs are so muscular, painful, because I just never bloody stop.
Yeah,
I never stop. So it's a really, really annoying thing.
It is, and I remember. Sam, when he was a lot younger, he had two major stims.
Right.
So if we're walking, then the stim on that would be he'd be walking down the road, but every 2 or 3 steps he'd spin around.
Right.
And it's almost taking in everything that's around him to sort of know
processing.
Processing what's there, and then it allows him to go for it, and then he'll do it again to take into the, and then he'll move on. And so spinning was just to help regulate where he was in that street and know that everything was okay and nothing really had changed.
Yeah.
And then it would be his legs would be up and down like 10 to the dozen, and I'd say, stop it, just stop your legs, because it was annoying me, but it was nothing to do with me. But God, will you stop that? And by stopping it, I was just heightening his frustration and his anxieties and everything else, because he was trying to regulate himself and focus on. So I didn't know that stimming was to do with the regulation of themselves and to sort of try and bring it back into the area calm. So I would always try and stop it, and it's probably one of the worst things to do.
Yeah.
But it's learning to know when you're doing it and sort of say, if I have to stim and I have to do that, depending on what age you are and where you're going, is can I just go somewhere else and just do that to regulate myself?
So here's the question, and I genuinely don't know the answer. I went to a presentation, but I'm swinging on my chair now. Went to a presentation by Colin Foley from the ADHD Foundation, and he put forward the proposition that ADHD people pace, move about, stim in order to process. And therefore, if you say to an ADHD person, stop that, what you're actually saying is stop processing information. So if you did it in a classroom, you'd stop learning. Is it the same for autism?
I don't necessarily think it's the same for autism, although if they're fidgeting or having to do something like that, that's so that they can focus. And regulate themselves. So some people, it's to try and bring themselves back down, because by bringing themselves back down, they are going to be able to focus. So the answer simply is yes.
So then C would be correct. Therapy. It's a therapy for autism. I mean, it's not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be correct, but it is a therapy. It's a self-therapy, therapeutic behaviour, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, it's one of these which is more right than the other. Well, on these, I think B and C is more right with each other. To be
Yeah,
honest with you.
absolutely. But it's definitely not a type of medication.
No, it's not a medication. Well, it's not a physical medication. But
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this.
Oh, you see, but no, we're being pedantic there.
Yeah,
So-
because we are producing chemicals.